talked briefly about the idea of mounting as part of our scheduled backup, including that mount operation. And that leads, earlier I alluded to the idea of having a standby or dedicated SQL Server instance and location to host your mounts from. I mean, just depending on the availability needed for your restorations, you might need to have that stuff ready to restore at a moment's notice, or you might want to be able to just come in the morning and have a SQL Server that has mounted content representing the most recently backed up data, so you can always just jump in and restore stuff if needed, right? So in such a case, in our scheduled backup, we can actually include our mount operation so that it all happens overnight during off time, so we're not tying up the SQL Server, for instance, or having jobs run or having people wait on us to get things mounted to get things restored. So my Academy schedule, for instance, I could jump into this guy, and my mount options, I could tell it, you know what, as soon as you're finished with your full or differential, go ahead and mount this content database, or, you know, whatever your top 3 or top 5 content databases are that you know are going to be in use the most and need restorations, for instance. You can include those here, just get them restored at a moment's notice. So we'd want to indicate whether or not we want there to be a size limit, like don't mount it if it's over a terabyte, or how many databases we want to keep mounted at a time. Because if I don't check this and I schedule this, and let's say I'm doing diffs twice a day, a full on Sunday night and then diffs twice a day, that means that, let's see, I would have 14 databases created over the course of the week. If I don't have this checked, it's just going to keep adding them to SQL Server, keep stacking them up, and of course, keep stacking up those files in the backup location. Right? With this means I'll only ever have one database in the SQL Server, and it'll always represent the most recently backed up data set, because I'm never keeping more than one. It means that whenever it gets to this mount operation, it checks to see if it's already there. If it is, it deletes it and replaces it with a new one, right? So that is the situation where you'll have, again, anytime you come in the morning, you'll come to the Granular Restore tab and you'll see the most recently backed up data ready to restore. So that's kind of the purpose behind this scheduling concept. It's not obviously the best choice for every environment, but again, larger environments may need to leverage some concept like this to keep things manageable. The only caveat, again, we don't manually groom, or we don't programmatically groom the CDB files directory, so you might have to come in here and manage this list of data files on a regular basis. Maybe script a scripted groom out or something along those lines.